Hello. Hope tonight finds everyone well. Hope you all have had a good week. Give me a sec while I get these last bits set up. Continuing to adjust and try to improve upon my setup. We should be together and good to go. Yes. Maybe. Yes. So, wanted to do a little more witch stuff tonight. And there is a limit to this. There is a limit to this. We're not doing the whole book, because I do not want to put all of Pointy Hat's hard work on the screen for people to read for free. I just want to cover some stuff that I think is cool and that I really liked personally, but understand that the whole book is really, really cool. And so these sections are supposed to be like unpaid pushing of his book while squeeing about what I have found. Because I'm not associated with him in any way, shape, or form, though I wish I was. That would be really cool. Anyways, so I wanted to go over just a couple more things, one of which being, please, why? Don't know what changed. The Witchblade, a fighter subclass for the Hexbound. So, this is the Fighter Witch. At 3rd level, you could when you choose this archetype, your weapon becomes a beacon that pierces through the veil between the material and ethereal planes, granting you the ability to contact spirits. You can transform any weapon you have proficiency with into your Witchblade by meditating with it for 10 minutes. Your Witchblade counts as a magical weapon for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. The party should make this a priority for marshals. The DM should make this a priority for marshals. It is really depressing the rate at which people don't make this a priority for marshals. So the ability to just do it yourself is great. Additionally, you always know the location of your Witchblade as long as you... There, words. My eyes just went all over the page. As long as it's in the same plane as you. You can't have more than one Witchblade. If you make a different weapon your Witchblade, the former Witchblade loses its magical properties and is no longer considered a Witchblade. So, you know, some Pact the Blade, Hexblade things, but I mean, fighters often dip into Warlock anyways to be able to do that. Be able to stay the fighter without dipping into Warlock is a decent power. This is where it gets really, really cool. At 3rd level, you become you gain the ability to contact the spirits of the masters. At 3rd level, you gain the ability to summon a martial master to your Witchblade, gaining their knowledge in battle. Select 2 martial archetypes from the list of martial archetypes available to fighters. After a long rest, you can meditate for 10 minutes to call for the help of the spirit master of one of those martial archetypes. The martial master spirit is bound to your Witchblade, and you know all the abilities unlocked at 3rd level of the selected martial archetype. For subclasses that allow you to cast spells like the Eldritch Knight, and other subclasses that have specific resources to that subclass, you have the same resources they do at level 3. For example, a level 4 Witchblade fighter that summons the spirit of an Eldritch Knight knows 3 spells and has 2 level 1 spell slots. At the end of the following long rest, the martial spirit leaves your Witchblade, and you may choose to call upon the same or another spirit. The ability to just say, alright, Eldritch Knight, Rune Knight, off we go, we're having fun. You can learn over time to call for master spirits of other martial archetypes. There are 2 ways to be able to summon a different martial master spirit. You can train for 1 week with another fighter that has a martial archetype different from the ones you can call your Witchblade. After training, you will be able to call on the spirit of a master of that martial archetype. Alternatively, if you land the killing blow upon a fighter with a martial archetype, you gain the ability to call on the spirit of a master of that fighter's martial archetype. You cannot learn martial archetypes from other Witchblades. So the wizard isn't the only one who gets to steal powers from other places and build a collection, because it doesn't say you replace the 2. You just build a collection. You can have every 3rd level fighter subclass ability. Well, any 3rd level fighter subclass ability, one at a time. Gestalt powers. Very cool. And very useful. And incredible flexibility. At 7th level, you learn spiritual style. At 7th level, you are able to not only call upon the knowledge of spirits of their martial archetypes, but for their fighting styles. Select a fighting style other than the one you know. When meditating to use your spirits of master ability at the end of a long rest, you also learn the additional fighting style you selected. At the end of a long rest, the fighting style leaves your Witchblade. You may choose to call upon the same or another fighting style you acquired. Similarly to spirits of masters, you can learn to call for spirits to harness additional fighting styles. You'll learn to summon spirits of additional fighting styles the same way you learn to summon spirit masters of additional martial archetypes. You cannot learn... My eyes jumped again. You cannot learn a fighting style and an archetype at the same time. If you train with or kill another fighter, you must choose whether to learn their fighting style or their archetype. Similarly, you cannot learn fighting styles from other Witchblades. That just means you could spend 2 weeks studying with a master. Or you could kill someone, heal them, and then kill them again. Because we're evil that way. But that's significant. Again. Excuse me. Ability to just build up more fighting styles. Now, it is interesting that you only start with 1 additional fighting style here. At least that's how I seem to interpret it, because it mentions one. It says you can call upon other ones, but you have to learn them. I assume you're not getting all the fighting styles at once. Maybe you are getting all the fighting styles at once, actually. It doesn't sound that way, but it also... I don't know. Anyways. Maybe it's saying you can pick any of them, but then if you... No, that's not how it works. It has to be you get 1 more, and then you can learn more. That's how I think it has to be. I think that's how it has to be balanced, but of course, who knows? We all saw the monk. We all saw Toil and Trouble. 10th level, Battlefield Witchcraft. At 10th level, you apply your knowledge of witchcraft and spirit manipulation to the battlefield, harnessing the spirits of those you have slain directly into your Witchblade. When you deal the finishing blow on a creature that is hostile to you and of a CR equal or higher than 1, when you crit on an attack, you can choose to gain 1 additional use of second, or when you crit on an attack, you can choose to gain 1 additional use of second wind. You cannot gain more than 1 additional use of second wind per turn. All additional uses of second wind gained through this ability disappear since combat is over and you are out of initiative. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. You regain all uses of this feature after finishing a long rest. So, fighters are already known as the people that take like 12 turns in a turn. This lets them do that more. I, I approve. Now, there's a little note here. The CR restriction is to circumvent the bag of rats problem, which is fair. Metagaming players have been known to try to get small, easy to carry creatures to use for abilities that are triggered on a kill. This problem is prevalent in official classes, and alternative ruling, used by Matt Mercer for his Gunslinger Fighter subclass, is to make it a creature of significant threat. If this sounds like something that will work at your table, please use it instead of the CR solution. He is not wrong. Now, I am of two minds. On one hand, we don't want bag of rats abuse. That's fair. On the other hand, there is the situation of, well, it makes sense for a power or a magic or an ability or whatever to operate within, to not operate on fairness, to operate on this is how it works and this is why. But as someone who also DMs, doesn't just play the game as a player, I get it. So I'm not going to push back, but I do understand where he's coming from. It does seem, though, that the crit does bypass that. Now, you can't reliably get a kill. I can't get a crit kill on a rat. So, you've still got to randomly hope for the crit. So it's not as bad. But 15th level Exalted Witchblade. At 15th level, the spiritual energy constantly stored in your Witchblade changes, giving it magical powers similar to your own. As an action, you can transform your Witchblade into the shape of any weapon you are proficient with. The Witchblade retains only its color, materials, and embellishments, and acts exactly as the weapon it has taken the shape of. If the Witchblade has any bonus to attack or damage, it retains this bonus after transformation. The Witchblade also retains any other magical properties it had before the transformation. So if you have, say, a flame tongue sword. For instance, if the... he gives an example too. For instance, if the Witchblade was a +1 short sword that dealt an additional 1d6 of radiant damage and it transformed into a Warhammer, it is now a +1 Warhammer that deals an additional 1d6 of radiant damage. If the Witchblade is transformed into a weapon that requires ammunition, like a bow or crossbow, you always have ammunition of this type. This does not ignore a weapon's loading requirement or apply to thrown weapons like javelins, which have to be recovered once thrown. Get your hands on a returning weapon. Or steal the boomerangs from Zelda. That is an option too. This is more Hexblade, Pact of the Blade things, but I can't complain. Again, fighters multi-class into that stuff all the time because of how well it fits for fighters. Having the ability without the multi-class makes perfect sense. I cannot ding them on that. That is mechanics as they should be, if not necessarily intended. And finally, the Master of Spirits. At 18th level, your connection with the masters you summon to your Witchblade grows with you in power. When selecting a martial archetype after a long rest through the use of your Spirits of Masters ability, you'll learn the level 18 feature or features of the martial archetype selected, in addition to the level 3 features. For subclasses that allow you to cast spells like the Eldritch Knight and other subclasses have special resources to the subclass, yada yada yada. You have the same resources, so on and so forth. For example, a 19th level Witchblade fighter that summons an Eldritch Knight knows 12 spells, has 4 level 1 spell slots, 3 level 2 spell slots, 3 level 3 spell slots, and 1 level 4 spell slot. Now, if there are other unrelated abilities in these other levels, you're not getting them. But you do get the level 3 and the level 18 and any prerequisites. I think that's fair, and I think that's still really, really cool to be able to, on a long rest, say, okay, yesterday was really bad, we ran into these problems, and we expect to run into these problems. As the fighter, I am going to change to this archetype in order to better meet the upcoming fight. That is really, really cool. I really like the flexibility and options, the fact that it lets you go mainline fighter without having to multi-class to cover some of the fighter's weaknesses. I think the hat did another great job with this, and I continue to be very, very pleased with my purchase of the Hexbound book. And I did get the physical one too. So yeah, that is our quick starter D&D. Question is, what are we doing for the rest of the stream? The answer being, we played a couple demos a while ago, didn't we now? Well, I think it's time to play the released games now that they're out, don't you? First is a game that we all absolutely loved. Bistro! The cooking furry minigame. Followed by Voidling Unbound. Or Voidling Bound, excuse me. Now, I want to try something. I don't know if it'll work or not. Oh, wait, nope, that's the wrong thing. I want to try this with lossless scaling. I have no idea if this will work, but I hope it will. Right, I forgot that this does lock me to the screen. Nope, hold on, never mind. There we go. So I think that this will let me do the full screen, which I've also tried to rearrange around, and improve the quality a little bit of the stream. And since I have a controller, I don't need to worry about my mouse being on there. At least for this one. That will change for Voidling Bound, I think. Well, no. Voidling Bound is a controller game too, isn't it? Or can be a controller game. We'll have to see, because it does involve shooting, and it's like... mouse is better for shooting. Yes, the Fire Panda is awesome. We still love the Fire Panda. New game!
It was like any other morning. I set out across the wilds, guarding the lands, spirits, and creatures.
Did this have voicing before?
It was quiet, peaceful. It was just me and my thoughts. My regrets, really. 200 years ago, I failed at the one thing I was supposed to do. Protect the denizens of my world. I knew there was nothing I could do to change the past. But I promised myself I would never let it happen again. A flash of light rippled across the sky, just like it had all those years ago. I rushed through the wilds, chasing the light, chasing who would have done this. I knew I had to close the remnant before the invaders could pass through, but I was too late. Ravenous creatures from Luinos, our sister realm, were already crossing into our home. Suddenly, I was knocked from the sky. I could feel my flame fading. And so, I ran. I ran away to the one place where I thought the monsters couldn't reach me. The tiny walled village of Palopori. But as soon as I crossed the wall, I collapsed.
Still love the puppets. Puppets are still a very good decision by the makers. You're the one that found me. Till I regain my strength, I thought I would spend some time here. I'd heal. You can stay as long as you need, but we have work to do. Work? Are you not worried about the remnant? What do you want me to do? I'm a chef, not a caretaker. I'm sure they'll get it locked soon. This is what they've been preparing for. Right. Do you think they expect me to be out there? Everyone assumes you're dead. Till last night, no one had seen you since, well, the last time this happened. Are you too young to know about me? Wiping out my entire flavor, chef, remember? Not having spicy around is pretty obvious. You did what you had to do to save everyone else. I have questions about that still. Besides, you go back out there, I don't think you're coming back. Just come with me. We'll run through the chores, and then we can meet up with Travers and open the restaurant. Give it a day or two. We'll get you ready for battle. Ah yes, the dino chickens. The Delishkins are up. Time to get going. Well, we will once again not go the way we're supposed to. Especially because it means we can gather things. Possibly, maybe. I think the sensitivity is a bit much. The lack of blur makes me happy. Oh, wait. Hello. Mark seems to have fallen off. I thought I stacked them well last night. I don't remember where the things are for me to gather a lot that are extra to the critters. Sorry, Chef, I'm not quite ready to open. Please come back in a bit and I'd be happy to show you my wares. I don't think we could pet these ones before. Just the big one. I approve. Why, hello there, Punko. You seem to be moving about quite speedily this morning. Yeah, you're always up early, right, Tark? Of course. Just this morning I woke as the warming sensation of the sun's beams drew a blanket across my face. The Salido sun rises so gently, doesn't it? Okay, but did you hear anything recently? I heard the sounds of hungry Delishkins. They are not ones to wait for their grubs. But nothing out of the ordinary, like an explosion? Cannot say that I did. Once I reach the point of slumber, I give myself fully over to it. Did you know deep sleep is when your body heals? That's how I managed to stay so young these past 200 years. You really should take care of yourself when you're young, Panko. Yeah, okay, I must be off. I'll see you around. Remember to take a breath, just like those pages. You've got to open yourself up to the moment and not stay so closed up all the time. Okay, bye. There's definitely more variety in the critter designs. I approve. Every remnant has a hearth lock like this one. As long as my flame is burning in here, it remains locked. If the flame is extinguished, which can only be done with the hearth key, the remnant will open. No? These Formite are older than I am. Beck told us they were the material the sun used to create Solido, some kind of ancient magic. It's mostly true. Formite was created by the gods. They each took some as the foundation for their realms. The sun started her realm here in Palipori. She built this place of land and then your remnant, though it was called a gateway then. Yeah, I know that part. The four realms all have their own remnants, the unused gateways that were left behind when they finished creating the worlds. You ever wonder why there's so much Formite in Palipori? Not really, it never affected me. Well, I'm sure Tark has. This was when the sun planted her Formite. It was from where the sun planted her Formite. It was from here she built the rest of Solido. She left some around to signify this place was different. Wait, no one else has Formite? What about their remnants? No, not really. Well, each remnant has Formite running through it. But yours is the only one with these extra crystals. She told me she wanted to signify it as the first one. She got more refined as she built her other regions. So it's just for decoration and to be in the way. No, not the Formite in the remnant itself. Oh, excuse me. That is how the gateways talk to each other. It's what my flame keeps under control. When she finished making Solido, she made me and gave me some of her sun powers. I became the guardian, the living key to close all the remnants. No wonder Tark was so happy to have you in town. You're everything he loves. Gonna take that as a compliment. I should be able to pull up bugs and stuff, right? Sorry, something's going on with my throat all of a sudden. No, I have a guess. I'm on some new medicine. It's not doing great for me. Yeah, the lower half is a little undersized there. Punko, good to see you. Are you worried about the beam of light out there at all? I think we'll be okay. The wall keeps us all safe. You're right. It's just thrown me into a bit of an artist block. Existential dread can be difficult to deal with. I'm sure I'll snap out of it soon. So, it's okay if it takes a minute. I'll check in with you later. Capybara! Finally, something to gather. Peak leaks. Now, I think it's going to send me on the fishing minigame, so we're not going to do actual fishing. But we are going to look around and gather stuff. Seashell, dried shell breaks apart easily, offering a pleasant, salty crunch. On trick when the caretaker will take less 2 less damage, and the attacks for 3 turns. Or capybara. Are seashells edible? Not that I'm aware. They're mostly calcium. And limestone deposits and stuff. I don't think it's a good idea to eat seashells. Just the one grub, I guess. Good morning, how's the catch today? Fantastic, there are a few pockets of fish out there today. I'll gather some grubs and try a look at the pier. I'd love to see some fish on the menu soon. Ten out of 10. Game of the year. Okay, almost done exploring. Aha! Ooh, crunchy one. Played as an enhancer on the winning trick. Adds a +1 shield to the caretaker. Bitter hammerbug. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle! Another peak leak. Cloudberry must be kept in a jar for the first day after plucking so it doesn't float away. Another peak leak. Morning, Punko. Did you collect the cloudberries today? They smell so wonderful when they're ripe. Let's see how everyone's doing this morning. Mixed veggies! A leafy blend of greens and veggies. They pack a healthy punch. On trick win, attack and gain +2 stamina. So we're gonna leave the mixed veggies. Put rice in. Water. Now we need to gather more grubs. Leaves! Cows love the crunch of a leaf. Might have other uses. Delishkin meat. Sustainable protein provided by the Delishkins. New day, new legs. That is still creepy, for the record. I think there's only a fence on one side, but I guess the animals don't care. Versatile umami ingredient used in dishes across Solido. Pet, 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 pet. There we go. Morning, Punko. I've got Trevor's delivery order ready for Trevor's delivery order ready for today. Haven't seen him yet, so do you mind taking it to the restaurant? It's a great mix of staples. I even took a nibble to test the quality. My stomach has been rumbling ever since. Thanks, Orso. Get this to him so he can prep for the day. Chewy grain offers a lightly sweet base. Raw rice. Cow milk, bottled fresh daily by the cows themselves. Played as an answer on a winning trick, do +1 bonus attack. Got a mystery seed. Mixed veggies. And that's it. Alright, we want to do at least a little fishing in order to get a card blammo. Ooh. Did I see sparkles? I thought I saw sparkles. No, I guess I didn't see sparkles. No! think I may be in trouble. That is not a crab limo. And I'm out of grubs. Flashy and bright, rainbow fish always put up a fight. When played as an answer bonus, when trick do +1 to bonus attack. Well, that sucks. See what's happening around town. Can't be worried about what happens outside the wall. Trevor's got the delivery from Orso. It's not usually this chard, right? Don't trust that. What's going on? Is this about the Legos? Travers? I don't think he's here. He's here. He's always here. We were supposed to cook mushrooms today. He loves mushrooms. Still have mushrooms in Palapori? Everything seems so different now. Well, no, he lives outside the wall and brings them back. Outside the wall? The wall that's protecting all of you from the wilds and the monsters? It's never mattered before. He's always here, and then you show up, and now he's not in this place. Well, look at it. I have to find him. Just gonna leave things like this? I'll deal with that later. I've got to talk to Bull. I am somewhat disappointed that there is a pet option and not a... that there is a talk option and not a pet option. I see sparkles! More leaves. Fastest kid in town. Good for you. He's made of fire. I will sacrifice my hand to the cause. Book creaks as Ponko opens it. He turns to the page and most recent entries. Anonymous. I'm here in Palapori for important business matters regarding my business. What business, you ask? Well, it's the kind of specialized in the comings and goings of goods. Oh yes, I'm here to deliver the latest order of winter slate, Barnabas. Bombay. It's my pleasure to be ambassador for Palapori's celebration of the Queen Cake. Bombay. Well, hey, have you seen Travers today? Can't say I have, but he never enters through this door. I've been guarding this spot ever since my little pads could lift that lock bar. Not a soul has ever entered through this door. Yep, no one has come through that door. Bonko, who is this? Hi! This is God. Cheese. Flambe, great to meet you, Palaporian. You'll find my signature in the guest log throughout all of history, though it's been a while since I was last here. Wait, really? Oh, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I just assumed you were dead. I almost was. Ponko found me last night and is helping me to regain my strength. I apologize for sneaking in, but things got a bit dire when the remnant opened up with the Martians. You're safe here, Flambe. We built this wall to protect us from everything out there. Unlocked remnant or not. The door is staying shut, and my friends are going to be protected. I keep an eye on things from here. I hope so. And seeing as we have you, the actual guardian of Solido, here in town, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, right, I'm sure I'll heal up quick too. Exactly, and in the meantime, traditions are traditions, and you will need to sign a castle book. I'll make sure to do so today. Wonderful! Banco, should I be worried about Travers? I'm not sure. I'm going to check in his secret entrance. Let know if he comes this way. I'll keep things locked down as always. Now, Travers usually comes into town, but when he left, I stacked these rocks on top, and now they're here. Why do you stack the rocks? Travers says it's so we know if the boulder is moved. He must have come back at some point and then left again. Must be why the kitchen is a mess. He's probably getting stuff to fix it and was in a rush. We're going to go out there to see if we can find him. I'm not made for that. Palapori is a town of artisans. We were left behind because they are not built for fighting. They'd probably just die. So what do you want to do? Town still has to eat, and I need to think, so I guess we just get on with it and I'll figure something out. What about the broken oven? See if Thea has some parts. Don't worry, you shall become the oven. Become as oven. Why, hello, chef. What can I do for you? You haven't seen Travers today, have you? Not today, but I don't usually see him until the evenings. Is something wrong? I'm not sure if something is wrong, but things definitely aren't right. The restaurant is in shambles and Travers is nowhere to be found. I think maybe it caught on fire. The oven is broken and everything is a bit burned. That is concerning. Well, I don't have any oven bits at the moment, but I have been dabbling with the idea of expending my wares. I would no longer be constrained by the whims of the wilds and what washes ashore. I could smith the objects of my own imagination. And maybe even yours, if you happen to find some inspiration. Yes, I think I can fix the oven, but I will need some iron ore. And I don't have any right now. I just don't have any right now. There's no ore in Palapori. That could be a problem. Well, I'll try to sort an alternate solution. But if for some reason you get some ore, I'll have the plan unlocked in my shop. I'm sure much like the ore, Travers will show up soon. Yeah, he's probably still getting mushrooms. Usually it doesn't take this long, that's likely it. Exactly, the oven could have had an ember still in it that exploded or sent smoke everywhere. Yeah, you're right. Just have to get on with the day. What do you want to do? We should go clean things up. We've never missed a service. Even with a broken oven, we still have folks to feed. Just need one more grub. Did I miss any over here? That's the wrong way. I like how repairing the stuff is mostly just picking stuff up. What looks good today? Sorry, throat. We didn't even talk about the fact that we're just gonna use meals and serve the patrons. Shoot ingredients at the flaming pots for maximum points. No! Ah! Okay, cool. Tilt the pan, avoid burning ingredients in the hot red box. So much easier with the controller. I remember keyboard and mouse with this sucked. Chop ingredients without missing to keep maximum combo. Fantastic. Cloudberry jam. Oh, here you go. Faster than any real restaurants. We have earned a chef point. And a 50% bonus in tips. Oh, so this is what smells so good. Can I take a seat anywhere? Quiet, Tom. We'll get something in you soon. It smells amazing in here. Not like home, but whatever you're cooking seems great. Who are you? Oh, right. You don't get many outsiders here. We've never gotten an outsider here. Well, I guess until last night. I'm Yoshi, an umami denizen, one of their caretakers. I left our haven back in Porto Bello to fight the monsters near and protect the umami spirits of the marshlands. So what brought you here to Palapori? I was out in the marshlands and needed a break. I saw your big gate and remembered there was supposed to be a town just on the other side. A lovely guard let me in when I told her I just needed a snack. She said this restaurant had the best food in all of Solido. Could use some nourishment before I head back out into the wilds. You're going back out there? Right, I forgot Ponko's a bit of a coward. Of course, I believe there are some spinoots native to the region nearby. I need to make sure they're okay, and if I take down a monster or two, that will keep them and the spirits safe. Seems like a good plan. I think I can help you out. Any requests? Saw some delishkins on my way over here. I would love an egg in my meal. So I like my flavors more than others. I feel more energized when a meal matches my palate. To figure something out. Yoshi has asked for a meal to help him prepare for his adventure. The chef will assemble that meal for him. The recipe base and ingredients you use will add to his deck of cards and provide the abilities we'll have for his adventure in the wilds. Select a recipe base as the foundation of the meal. Recipe bases have their own fixed placement on the board. A flavor profile and set up cards associated with them. Start by selecting the rice bowl. Now that you have the recipe base, it's time to add ingredients to make it your own. Select an empty square in the mise en place board to open the ingredients list. This is the ingredients list where you can select the ingredient from your inventory to place on the board. Here you can learn all about the ingredients you have selected. Each ingredient has a flavor type, flavor weight, and card value. Some even have special effects. Every ingredient you put in your meal adds a card to your deck. Try selecting an umami delishkin egg and placing it next to mixed veggies. Great, now that you've placed an ingredient, you can see how it affects the flavor profile here. Microphone, you're in the way. The caretaker's palette shows the amount of each flavor they want in their meal, indicated by a target range. For each flavor within its target range, the caretaker will gain a bonus of +5 stamina for their adventure. This is also where an ingredient's flavor weight comes into play. The stronger the weight, the more it will increase that flavor in the meal. Keep an eye on the flavor palette to see how much an ingredient changes the flavor profile. Above the flavor palette is the caretaker's specific craving. Yoshi wants a delishkin egg, which you're already giving him, so now he has a gold star. Well done! Fulfilling the caretaker's craving will help you build your relationship with them. A good relationship will unlock perks to help in combat. Place one more ingredient in the meal, select another empty square to open the ingredients list. Looks like sour and umami are still out of range. So we want something like that. Oh, it just says give him the cow egg. Cow milk. Others balance. Umami delishkin egg balances the bitter mixed veggies, while the sour cow milk enhances the umami delishkin egg. Flavor relationship goes both ways. For example, sour enhances umami and umami enhances sour. These relationships affect the overall flavor profile. Maybe you need to lower your bitter flavor. Remember, bitter ingredient, extra umami. You need to lower both. Okay. So wait. Do I not have the option to change it? Okay. Nope, I can't change it. I just gotta serve it like this. You know how Ponko pets the Delishkins? That's how I want to pet Ponko. You always know what I want. Do I? I just need a moment to digest. I'll head back out to the wilds once you're close. I approve of this game very much. Also, congrats on the 3-year mod anniversary. There's so many fluffy things in this game. I love it. Ready to close restaurant for the evening? You're not gonna believe what happened. Like, I knew I felt weird after cooking, but I didn't know how weird. Okay. Good thing, I think. Well, I don't know, but it's a thing. So what happened? I have to show you. Put something together with the help of Thea and Gia. Meet me at the tea house when you're ready. We've got to collect ingredients and we've got to fish. Fire Kitty needs pets and I need asbestos arm gloves. Indeed. Speaking of, Rippy, they added something to the game. We can now pet the Delishkins. We could pet the cow. Now we can pet both. Alright, looking for nighttime ingredients, then fishing, then we will go do the thing. Did I see something? No, I didn't. Also, I'm much pleased with the increased variety in the random NPCs in town. I admit I was a little worried, even knowing it was a demo, that it was like mostly the same character model in different colors. They have done a great job with the variety. There's no guinea pig people. Thank you kindly. Did I see sparkles? No, technically yes, just not the kind of sparkles I'm looking for. Da-da. Yes, more grubs. Thank you. Need these. Need these pretty badly. Oh, speaking of, I saw something interesting, which is this is one of these things that it's like, no effing duh, but it took literally decades for people to figure out. When we're doing deep sea explorations, the reason the deep sea seems to be abandoned is because everything runs the F away from the lights and the ROV disturbances. The reason we don't catch things in the trawling nets in certain zones is because, big shocker, fish can get out of the way of the nets. It is now believed that there are between 10 and 100 times as much life, if not more, as we thought from the Twilight Zone down. And that there is in fact a massive, thriving population of colossal squids, which is absolutely horrifying. Oh, that was a fail. Whoop fish! Please lay on side so it doesn't roll away when cooking. When Blade is an enhancer on a winning trick, do a +1 bonus attack. Oh! Interesting. I can only use the glowworms for fishing. They don't count as snacks in my pack. That's cute art. Here for night fishing. Delishkins don't care for them. Interesting. I'm not going to use all of them, but I am going to do maybe 2 more fishes. Red hoop fish. No, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, well. I'm not going to reach that. No. Really? Ooh. And another shrimp. And we will preserve our remaining 2. Most people need to eat around 30 to feel full. Okay. When played as an enhancer on a winning trick, do a +1 bonus. My mind immediately jumps to some kind of fey or other cursed food where it's like, no, it is food, not tiny things, but you still have to eat a ton to feel full. Over here! Hold on, other things. No. And then we are in Mudskipperopolis. Saber-tooth sheep. Is this amazing? We built a puppet theater! I mean, it's pretty fun. Who's in there? We'll talk about that later. We didn't get an answer to that in the demo, did we? Here goes. So I went back to the marshlands, just as I had planned, but my stomach was dancing and twisting. I wasn't sick, but something was off. I did my best to ignore my rumbles. My mind immediately wants to jump to the old Final Fantasy VII, I think it's 7, music. From stuff like All About Random Battles. It only took a few steps before I realized my tracks were not alone. Something had trudged through the mud behind me, something I had never seen or read about. When I looked up to see what it was ahead, a plant approached me! I reached out, but it did not seem friendly. My stomach lurched as the rumble grew stronger. I could feel it. The flavor magic was within me, giving me power. So I listened to my stomach, and suddenly I channeled the magic of the flavor spirits to fight off this little-toothed planter. Welcome to combat! The meal you cooked for your caretaker has set them up for their battle, influencing the card's stamina and abilities. Their goal is to defeat monsters to earn new ingredients to help the caretakers venture further into the wilds. Bistro's combat takes place over a number of rounds. Each round, the monster will play its card first. The monster's card will set the flavor type of the round, so it is leading the trick in card games. Your goal is to match the monster's flavor and outscore them. We'll go over this in more detail now. This minion means business. It's played in Ubami 2 card. Key pieces of information on the card are the value indicated by the bottom of the number, by the number at the bottom, the flavor indicated by the color of the card at the similar bottom left. Ingredients rewarded as loot if the trick is won are displayed in the top center. And the balancing flavors icon is shown in the top right, which we will learn about more later. Now the monster has set the flavor of the round. Let's see what we can do about it. As mentioned before, the main goal is to match the flavor played with a higher value number. Playing a card with an incorrect flavor will result in an automatic loss. There's one exception to this rule, which we will explore later. Taking a look at your hand, you have just the thing for this minion. An Umami 4! Select Umami 4 from your hand and place it in the staging area. That should do it. Now that you've selected a card, a few pieces of information on screen will tell you how the round will play out. Since you are winning the trick, the monster will show a shield on the card, indicating they are blocking. The monster card also lowered in the height, showing that your card is winning. That brings us to the card comparison for damage. The cards being played are compared against one another. Your higher value card, Umami 4, is beating the lower value Umami 2. That means you'll hit for 2 damage from your card's magic. Yoshi's base attack value of +3, indicated by the number of the sword, is also added to the total. So a grand total of 5 damage is shown on the minion. Now it's time to lock in your turn. Press play to commit to this attack and hit the minion. Both monsters and caretakers have stamina. When a monster's stamina reaches 0, you've won! When your caretaker's stamina reaches 0, the adventure ends and you will lose a percentage of your loot. Monsters also have a base attack. If they win the trick, the same card comparison as before plays out and the caretaker takes damage. Now that you have your basics, finish this minion off! Forgot about the little ghosts floating out of them. Seeing the minion would set the flavor magic and the value I'd need to overcome. If my flavor magic matched the monsters and had a higher value, I'd attack. If the magic was weaker, I would be attacked. However, as long as I matched the flavor, I could block some of the damage of the attack. Let's see what else this flavor magic can do. Ah, this minion seems to be up to something. It played a Bitter 2 card. Lucky for you, just like at Mise en Place, flavors in combat can be balanced and enhanced. In this case, we'll be balancing the monster's flavor card. On a monster's card, the balancing flavors icon is shown at the top right. Bitter is balanced by umami, and you have plenty of umami. You can also see which cards will balance the monster's card by looking at your hand. Your balancing cards will be jumping with magical power. You can also access the flavor wheel in combat to review how flavors balance and enhance one another. This time, instead of matching the monster's flavor, let's play its balancing flavor. Let's balance the Bitter 2 card by playing Umami 4. The monster's card is balanced, its value is cut in half. In this case, it cuts the Bitter 2 down to a Bitter 1, leading to greater damage. Just like Mise en Place, the relationship goes both ways. An Umami card balances a Bitter card, and a Bitter card balances an Umami card. However, you don't have to worry about your cards getting balanced. Since monsters lead the rounds, only their cards can be balanced in combat. I play Umami 4 to finish this fight in one hit. Halo piano intensifies. Okay, the monster sets the flavor of the fight, and it's up to me to pick a card that matches or balances the monster's flavor. If my magic is stronger, I attack! So I'll look for one of those two flavors in my hand each time I encounter a battle. Balancing a monster's magic cuts their value in half. Give me a great advantage. Oh, another one! This means has a card equal to your highest value in your deck. However, you can tackle this problem by enhancing your card. Start by playing Umami 4. The bottom left corner of a caretaker's card shows the enhancing flavor. Following the same rules as Mise en Place, enhancing but goes both ways. In this case, umami is enhanced by sour, and sour is enhanced by umami. Enhancing combines the value of the two played cards, helping you outscore the big cards played by more powerful monsters. If you play your main card, you will have the chance to enhance it. Cards that can enhance the main card will bounce with excitement. Don't forget you can view the flavor wheel at any time. Now enhance Umami 4 with Sour 3 to really send this minion packing. And then I found what I've been looking for, Spinoot's tails. I knew they were out here somewhere, but usually the Spinoots are in the same place as where they drop their tails. But I didn't see any around. I decided to grab the tail to investigate. Once again, so much better with the controller. Yes, oh no, this is very dry. They're distressed. I'll head to the wettest area they can find, okay? Water. Well, 2 feet that way. The streaming kelp trees, that would be the safest and wettest place to hide out. And then I saw some weeds dancing through the mud, and they were traveling in packs now. Look out, 2 minions are here for the encounter. You will play 1 card to fight both monsters, as you can only cast 1 spell per round. Your card will play against each monster independently. It will fight against the nearest monster first, and then the farthest monster second. With 2 monsters, there will be some rounds where you'll be able to attack both monsters with 1 card. There will be others where it will be impossible to beat both with 1 card. In those instances, you must decide which monster to take damage from. In this case, you can beat them both by playing a higher value Umami card. I like how it's like you're playing a spell and he just walks up and kicks them. I bet I can balance one monster's magic and match the others. View your cards at any time here. See the remaining cards in your deck. Your discard pile and the loot you have won so far. Don't have the cards you need in your hand, you can always use fill hand to draw back up to 5 cards or discard a whole new round to get a whole new round. So be careful, refresh caretaker's magic is tiring. Your filling costs 1 stamina, or discarding costs 2. Everything you need to know about combat for now. It may feel like a lot to learn, but you'll get the hang of it after a few battles. Now finish the fight! Piano intensifies. So you're useless. Look at that. I just need to focus on how I can be stronger than my enemy. Using the balancing flavor of the monster's magic will help me cut their value in half. I can also improve my primary flavor by playing its enhancing flavor alongside it, boosting the value of my own magic. I face 2 different flavors from the monsters. I will need to pick my battles, so they say. And soon enough, I found Flambe's rest stop in the pyre she would sleep in during her journeys. If it was a good place for her to rest, it would be a good one for me too. I lit her pyre and set up my tent. I would be able to start my next venture from here as I explored the marshlands. I tried to sleep, but I was much too excited. So much had changed. I rushed back to Furry, and well, here we are! A successful venture complete and a new ingredient to try. The pyre now lit, I could start my journeys from here in the future. He killed a lot more minions. Why do I only get 4? Still can't believe it, Chef. I've eaten hundreds of meals in my lifetime, and I've never had magic like that. What are you putting in your food? I didn't really do anything Travers and I haven't done before. I suppose I made a special meal for you, but I didn't do anything different. Just cooked it up over our fire. About that. Your fire seemed a bit, well, flambe-like. Oh. That's because it is, in fact, our god. Say hi to God. Okay, Punko. Yoshi, good to properly meet you. I must apologize for not introducing myself earlier. You're alive! I thought it was you back at the restaurant, but I wasn't quite sure. And when I had all this flavor magic, I just knew. You're not mad? We all make our choices. Something brought us both here. It seems like we're to work together. Maybe you're not ready to go back up there, but I am, and it seems like you can send your magic with me. I mean, again, it is a little difficult to be mad at Flambe, given what they are. Ignoring the elephant in the room, which is the very cute fire panda. Which also makes it hard to be mad. Oh, I brought you back some of those minions I fought. Even if they're monsters, we shouldn't let them go to waste. Can't help but wonder what they taste like. Do you think I'd get some kind of new magic? They seem to be able to grow, so maybe I can too. Very good. I do like the idea that he's telling the adventure, but like also doesn't know what happened and could be like, wait, I don't remember catching fire. Ow, okay, it burns. Now I remember. It's a great idea. The monsters seem to be gaining magic from the flavor spirits they're consuming. Maybe we can channel that magic into you through our cooking. Let's head to the restaurant before bed. We need to study how to cook with minion before we can add these tales to a dish. I'm going to hang out here for a minute and try to figure out where I'm going to rest tonight. Bull said she'd help me find a place to sleep. See you tomorrow, little chef. Spinoot greens, known for their deeply bitter taste and use in various healing medicines. On trick win, attack value is converted to healing. Minion meat! Meat of a minion tail is infused with flavors of the plant growing from its snout. The ingredient requires studying. And you just kind of sat and watched the whole thing. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying the show. This is a really cute goat design they have. in particular. Obviously, I'm liking all the fluffy things. What's in the box? I don't think we're ever gonna find out. You mean the play, right? We can go back and check, but we definitely didn't get an answer in the demo. Your progress monsters are far more dangerous the farther out we go. I need my notebook. Good for you. Do you have an explanation for it? Can I reach you to get an explanation for us? There we go. No, you don't have an explanation for us. Yeah, I mean, there's some fairly thin critters in here, but in this world, but there's some significant questions. It's probably not one of the capybaras. One more won't hurt. Another hoopfish. Okay, I didn't waste the last one. I hit the wrong button. I really like how lightweight lossless scaling is, because I mean I'm AI upscaling, but it's not the same kind of drain as I get when I play the game on the same machine. Try cooking this. With the plan, we'll avoid burning ingredients and the hot red bubbles. Nope. Stay away from my food. No! That worked. The minion is so chewy, but it has some really nice umami flavor, kind of like a meaty mushroom, with some herbs already built in. I'll probably make a new recipe base out of this for Yoshi. I should write up a new recipe card. Any monster ingredients will require Ponko to study how to use them by practicing their technique. Each time you successfully learn how to cook a new ingredient, you'll earn Chef XP. You can also gain Chef XP by completing quests, building relationships, serving patrons, and more. As you earn Chef XP, you will unlock Ponko chef points, which are used to unlock new recipes for Ponko. You're now earned your first chef point. Use a recipe box in the restaurant to spend it. Minion meats. Each round this card remains in your hand, its value increases by 1. Whoever's always told me to put any new recipe ideas in here. Never felt ready before, but sauteing with the minion meat gave me an idea. The recipe box is where Ponko learns new recipe bases for caretakers and patron meals to serve to the townsfolk. The box will be open when you have a chef point ready to use. Recipe bases allow Ponko to start the mise en place board. A new configuration bases are prepared with starting cards and have a square icon. Look for bases that build toward the decks and abilities you want. Many bases have effects they unlock. Patron meals will help Ponko to earn more money and help unlock future upgrades. Look for the round icon, and those unlock appeal and customers. There we go. Wasn't wanting to respond too well to where I was going. You can see it a little bit in the stairs. Don't distract the crow. I need an oven. Made all this on your own? It's so impressive. Why, thank you. I really do feel as if I've come into my own here. So I had this idea. As I kept venturing deep in the wilds, I'm not sure if I'll always have the stamina to reach a camp. I need a way to ask for help. Yes. Some kind of call, so we know you need a pickup. And one of us crows could come scoop you up. Our strong talons will carry you back here like a baby. Exactly. No, I need an oven. But you need a comment. No, I need an oven. Such a great idea deserves to be brought to life. Please take this with you on your next adventure, and if you want to leave, just give it a ring. Ooh, I love it. Gonna tuck this right in by the softest moss to keep it safe. Many thanks. I'll be in the garden if you need me. Still can't believe it. We gave Yoshi some of my magic through my flame and your food. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You don't seem excited. Well, it's just like everything is changing. I was happy being a sous chef. Now Travis is gone, a random caretaker showed up. I had to cook my minion meat, whatever that is, and like everything is just, it's not the same. Wait, did Yoshi move into my garden? That is the only thing that I'm questioning here. That wasn't there before. No, I gotta talk to him. Yeah, someone else moving into my garden is the problem. Unless they choose to help, then they're okay. The rest of it is a little bit like, buddy, come on. I'm supposed to be the complainer, and I think you're complaining too much. Is a plant man where else we live? You know what a plant man could have done? Ask. Like another salty hammer bug, thank you. More cloudberries, yes. More peak leeks are also good. Hey, Bull, what made you open the door? Aren't you supposed to keep it closed? No one had ever knocked before. Curiosity got the better of me. Wasn't sure if it was Travers, and I figured monsters probably wouldn't knock, so I took a risk. That is fair. Even signed the logbook. Can't argue with that logic. We do need the help. The factions have likely sent out caretakers as well, so we may have more visitors. More? I didn't think I'd ever meet someone from outside the village. Now I've met two. What are salty people like? What about bitters? Are they as mean as people say? Depends on who you meet. We'll just do our part to keep them fed, right, Punko? Seems like the best way for us to help. does remind me a little bit of the Helm's Deep thing where the elves show up and blow the horns. That's no orc horn. And I'm just waiting for them to open the door and it's an orc blowing an elf horn. So this is our new normal now. I suppose I can't let that stop me forever. I did manage to work with Thea on some new garden beds for you. If you'd like one, she can help install it. Seems some of the pages of my books have pursued adventures of their own. If you happen to find a page, do you mind bringing it back to me? Everyone's always ready for a new project. Yes, please. With that, it's done. Gimme. Gimme. I need all of the ingredients and supplies and treats. Hey, Panko. Baka, good to see you. What brings you back here? Oh, you know, this, that, and the big flash of light that burst forth from the Marslands. The feathers on the back of my neck stood up so high I looked like a rockatoon. I'm not one to ignore the signs, so I took to the skies and came back to check on my big sis. You didn't happen to catch a glimpse of Travers, did you? I didn't. But I wasn't looking either. I heard he's missing? Yeah, Yoshi is going to help look for him when he goes on his ventures. Ah, yes, that umami caretaker. Sis told me you had one in town, and then she assigned me a job. She never rests. I'm gonna pick up this Yoshi if he ever rings the call bell from the wilds. Oh, that's great. Are you sure you're strong enough? Of course I am. I can't believe you would ask something so offensive. Have you seen the size of him? I'll even bring back as many of his findings with me as I can. Well, probably not everything, but speak with me later and I'll see if I can track down any dropped items in the wilds to help you out. Should probably start. See you later. Yeah, the Raven design's cool. All the designs are cool. I see those sparkles. I'm so excited. A new resident means new inventory. The crows and I even struck up a deal. They go back and collect things that get dropped in the wilds, and I get new exciting things to sell. Though we have to clear out this inventory to have space for new items. So you're having a sale? Of course not! It's time for this business to grow, and I need investment, so if you start buying some goods, like that mystery seed over there, I'll be able to start expanding my wares. But I can't replace what's in there until it sells. And if you need space for the seed, either swap something you're growing or talk to Thay. She and Gia have combined their artistic endeavors to prepare new garden beds for you. You're lucky I want the mystery seed. Salty seashells that will definitely kill a normal human if they eat them. Alright, Mr. Move into someone else's garden without their permission or knowledge. That is still creepy. Morning, Chief. Jeff. Hope you don't mind, but I set up a little animal study zone in the garden. It makes me feel at home. Speaking of home, that rest stop I found yesterday will be our new camp. I'll start today's venture from there so I can explore more of the marshlands. So it seems like you're here for the long haul. Absolutely, I'm a caretaker and this problem has not been taken care of, so back out I go today. Also, this rock desk I brought is really heavy and I don't want to move it again. That sounds like a you problem. You are well chosen as caretaker. You're welcome to use my rest stops to set up camps all throughout the wilds. There should be another out there that will unlock the deeper regions of the marshlands. Wonderful! We can set up a camp at each rest stop we find. I'll be on the lookout for that one. While I know we need to deal with the remnant, I need to find the spinouts in this region. We have to protect our native creatures if we hope to keep the flavor spirits happy and healthy. We should be able to give them a safe hideaway here in Palapari. I just have to find them and talk to them. See you later at the restaurant. I already know what I want to. Some of that minion we got yesterday. We shouldn't let it go to waste. Every day in Palapari has 3 phases. Prep, morning, restaurant opening, afternoon, and venture recap, night. Down at the top left will show you which phase you're in and what's next. Each morning you can prepare for your day and your dinners. Diners. Visit your garden to tend to your plants and creatures. Take a moment to check in with the townsfolk to see if you can buy new equipment or decorations for your garden and restaurant to unlock useful bonuses and upgrades. You can prep as much as you want. If you only want a specific ingredient, you can focus on that and ignore the rest. Every day a caretaker will make a reservation at the restaurant to prepare for their venture. So she has made a reservation for today. To progress, you unlock additional caretakers. If you'd like someone else to go on the venture that night, you could talk to another caretaker and change the reservation. Ready to open for the day, head to the restaurant and set the menu. Once you've fed your caretaker and closed the restaurant, you'll be in the night phase of the game. The caretaker you fed will be waiting for you at the tea house and tell you their tale. Note, if you see the tea house icon on a quest, that means this objective must be completed during a venture. After you've helped the caretaker with their venture, you completed your chosen nighttime activities. It's time for bed. A moon will appear over the teacup in the dial setting to let you know it's time for bed. You could take your time using going to bed and take care of anything you want in town first. Return to Panko's house near the garden to go to bed and start the next day. All right, time to try to get a crab lemo again. Ooh, I missed some stuff. A crab lemo! Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest. Explosion gland must be carefully removed before cooking. This card has a 20% chance of being destroyed when played. Used for making various items with artisans in town. It's like Stardew Valley all over again. You get all your wood from the junk you fish up in the ocean. Or rivers or wherever. Grabs more spikes than has IQ. Oh, look at that. You found one of my last pages. This one is from the history of watching water boil. A personal favorite. Okay. I lost a couple more pages to the wind yesterday. Do you mind keeping an eye out as you wander about town? Sometimes it can take a day or two for them to come fluttering down from the sky and find a place to rest. Delicious fried rice. Oh wait, are there supposed to be more pages now, or was that comment about it taking a few days meaning that it will actually take a few days? I'm pretty sure I've been all over town. I'm setting the meal. We're about at the halfway point, and I'd like to do a little bit more before we call it. Note, never go for the special in real life. The special is at restaurants is just the old food that they need to get rid of before it goes truly bad. No! Boo. No! Been waiting all day to eat. We should have eaten earlier. To warn you, the minion is quite chewy. That's how you get the nutrients out. Did you learn anything else about it when you did your test cook? Flambe says minion tails have some extra magic in them. The ability to gain power when not in use. Oh, so kind of like a plant blossoming. It grows as it sits with me, and then I can use it when the time is right. Seems to be the case. Sounds like you and Flambe will have me prepared. Will have me prepped to make friends with the Spinoots. Okay, what are we missing? Oh, lots of bitter. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this one off. I wonder. fact that I can't move these two is an absolute pain. Nope, that doesn't work at all. I'm amazing at Tetris. This would be easier if it was Tetris. Okay, so this only works to enhance the umami down here. No! Why? Darn it! All right. I don't think I have a chance of getting the bitter up. So I'm gonna accept the win on the other points and save my ingredients. Alright, fine. Add at least one more ingredient. Bunch of... Okay, you guys are huge. Let's save it to see if we get more ingredients first. Can I not save it? Alright. Gotta have to talk to Flambe. Need to do the night ingredient. We'll do the fish last because we're gonna go fishing then. Night ingredient hunt. Away! It is, admittedly, quite time consuming to do the circuit when looking for night ingredients. Probably not so bad when you're playing your own, a little bit time consuming when streaming and needing to break and shift to the next game, but yeah. We seem to be light on nighttime ingredients. Excuse me. When did this get filled with water? It's always been that way. Oh, it's just... It used to be where we'd hold celebrations and mark milestones. I'd set up a big bonfire and people would toss their coins in with their wishes. Well, it's been a while since we had something to celebrate. Yeah, I suppose so. Kiln with the first flame, anyone? Stickfish! Okay, it's just these two spots tonight. Another rainbow fish. No! Why the devil isn't kick transferring? I went and made sure that it was all signed in and everything. Kick, you want to be the Twitch replacement. Act like it. Guess that's the only thing I'm gonna get over there. We're going back over here. Exhaustion removing all these bones for so little meat. Cannot yet cook it. Check is. Hopefish is kind of terrifying, just a little. Do you know what happened? Aren't you the nosy one? This is not my story to tell. If you're wondering if I saw any more minion today, the answer is yes. And so... I set out once again, my sights set on deeper regions of the marshlands. I'd have to choose... Oh! That's the game's noise. I thought an alert went off. This path for what mattered most to me that day. Well, gee, there are exclamation marks here. I wonder what path it wants us to take. I'll be nice and I'll go up. Maybe they want a treat. Interesting, I don't have anything to balance with. So if I do that, I cannot select any of Mommy's. So I think we're going to discard and take the risk that I will get more than the 2 hit points, or that I will go down to a 0 hit point loss by sacrificing these 2. On a trick win, attack and gain +2 stamina. No enhance. No enhance. I'm gonna take a risk again. There's no doing this. I'm just gonna have to live with it. At least I get some of this back. Really? Oh my gosh. I should have just lived with piling up all this stuff anyways. Darn it. No, I should have filled my hand. Darn it. F it. Oh, so bad. Speak for yourself. I want to pet one of these. Look, can you play it already? Give me those heal cards back. That does me no good. Oh my gosh. I should have just gone with all the food. Take the pink one! Oh my gosh, that one stinks. Almost missed this little one. Can't wait to take this back. Iron ore is always useful. That it is. Really? Oh, one moment. Tracking. I'll be fine. Will you, though? Give me the heal cards. I may be in trouble. I had reached the streaming kelp trees. Droplets beaded over the leaves, splatting into the ground. I stood still, listening to the sound of the drips, and then I heard it, the small growl of a spinoot. Hello, spinoots? Was that you? Yeah, I speak spinoot. I lost the mummy haven is far from the marshlands. Not at all, I'm here to help. I don't think I need to tell you about the monsters. You do not. We are happily hiding from them. Well, what if I could offer you a safer place to hide, like back in Palopori? Isn't Palopori a beach town? Oh, you've heard about it. Well, yes, but we have a shady area ready for you. And the lily pads to eat, we've been running out ever since the vine monster showed up. It eats everything its tongue can reach. There are a few around, but I bet we can make sure you never go hungry. We are not ones to turn down a lily pad buffet, and we probably shouldn't wait to get picked off one by one. That doesn't seem like a great plan. Should I come back here when we're ready for you? No need. Xander will keep over there. We'll keep an eye on things in Palapori and let us know when there's enough food for us, all of us. Stay safe, slimy ones. The chef and I will sort everything. This is gonna sting. Oh, thank you for the heal card. No! As good as it's gonna get. Thank you for getting rid of the pink card. Oh my gosh, yes. And then something hello, I was hoping to see one of you. I know Flambe is back at Palapari. She gave me some of her magic through food. It's like you all are helping me from inside me. Yeah, but she's helping, so I'm just going to trust her. I can help. I'm making my way to the remnant so we can stop the invaders. You'll be safe soon. Oh, you want to give me some of your magic? Oh, so I can add a shield to myself, or to one of my bits of magic. Shield a caretaker that's active until used up. Shield effect to one card of your choice. Caretaker. We need that for the boss that's coming up immediately. Thanks for helping. A Flamingo! I should grab it. Well, they went the shield. Okay, that's not great. Well, been a good run. Today's venture is cut short. Interesting, Rippy mentioned him getting burned. That won't stop me. Mommy Minion Tail has more depth of flavor from the mature plant that has grown. Each round this card remains in your hand, its value increases by 2, maximum value of 9. Alexa's favorite resource used to build and repair various items. Small in size but ready to power you up. One trick win. On trick win, this target becomes weakened. Taste will blow you away, have to figure it out. Oh. Alright, we're going to take a short break and then we will finish tonight's... Oh. Good morning, Pelipori. What a day, what a day. The climbers have washed ashore and the competition is on. We can figure that out next time, because we're taking a break and then moving on to Foidling Bound. See you guys shortly. Hello, and sorry for the delay, but it's a good thing we had a delay because, as it turns out, Voidling Bound needed to process its shaders again, anyways. Let me select the changes. Oops. Alright, let's see if this works again. Scale, please. Ah, interesting. It's not actually working. Well, we could still do this and make it work. And, as it turns out, as you may have saw, it detected my demo save, so we can actually pick up where we left off. I remember nothing, but we're going to pick up where we left off because we are much later in the stream than I wanted to be when starting this. We might just do one day on Sunday for Bistro and do more time on this to compensate. I just get a ton of stuff that we earned already. Speak with Leon. Oh yeah, you're the guy that doesn't like me. Critter! I need your assistance with a critical matter wrangler. I was only a passenger on your ship. I was bound for Viriel to oversee Genlife's work in advancing research in Voidling's DNA and examining the Legion. But that mission died with the team, and with it the location of Genlife's secret facilities. However, Rachel spotted the shuttle that was meant to take me there. It crashed on a small island. That wreck is our treasure map. This navigation computer must have the coordinates to the Genlife labs. There are secrets within that lab, and we need them if you want to tip the scales against the Legion. Secure that wreckage wrangler, and if you see Genbots wandering around, don't worry. They'll be useful if the Legion stirs trouble. Okay, so it sounds like we're already set on a mission that we have to do, given everything. Quebec. Scorch was what we spent most of our time with. Yeah, let's do the foraging. I still have significant questions about what's under that helmet. Loss of scaling is kind of... going a bit nuts. It didn't like that. Oh, another wave survival. Here we go. Let's see if I can remember the controls. Oh, these are very different from what we had to fight before. These are like these are drone drones. No, just stay away from me. I don't have any more heals. Don't like that. Don't like that. Oh, don't like that either. I do like the design. Nope, you stay away from me. What am I playing? Near? Ow. I tried to dodge. The avoidance has been defeated, but don't worry, it has been rescued and returned to the ship. Defeated, you keep the resources you master on a mission. Use them to power your voidlings before attempting again. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the powerful voidling. All right. Let's add a little bit of tank to you as well. Sometimes you see shapes in that, and they're definitely not human head shapes. Okay. Hello. Again. Can I not collect this? No, apparently not. Alright, boss time! No, 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 no. Nope, you stay away from me. How could you miss? Ah. Give me that stuff. Critters! Eggs, cryogenic mutagen, cyber mutagen. Research points. Like the sound of cyber mutagens. All right, Mr. Kennedy. I warned them that genbots were poorly engineered. Predictably, the Legion adapted and rewired the whole operation. But we finally secured the lab coordinates, though the challenge ahead will be far greater. The lab is now a fortress swarming with corrupted drones armed to the teeth. And you are hardly prepared, at least not to my standards. That is why you have the Wrangler rank system, to ensure you are worthy of the next mission. Hatch more specimens, uncover additional genes, and strengthen your species connections. Show us you are worthy of the challenge ahead. And keep in mind that you will face a serious genbot resistance at the lab. Spend your resources accordingly. Rachel's waiting for you in the command room. She has something to help you. So, Leon voiced his apprehensions about the difficulty of the threat ahead. Getting a couple of Wrangler ranks should help you ease his concerns. Still, if we want you to climb that ladder, you will need options to prove yourself, and any mission is an opportunity. That's why I'm granting you access to the Atlas Terminal. From now on, your next move is up to you. Even secondary missions matter. They help improve your voidling, gather crucial resources, and purify the galaxy from the Legion bit by bit. You've earned it. Just say the word, and I'll set our course. You call the shots now, Wrangler. Right, so that was like one little mission before where we were, basically. So let's hatch some eggs. I want to see what Cyber does. Also, what critters do I have? I've got you, and you. Okay. And you. We have a healthy Gillick and a regular Carapin. Discover your first Carapin. What did you just do? What was that? Adding the ability to pet is also a plus. So, can I do anything? Enhance you now? Or am I just going to have to train you? In which case, I probably should train it. Oh, right, all the Queepecs share this, don't they? So if I enhance one, I enhance all. Enhancing the primary ability seems like... Enhancing the accuracy seems like the best thing to do. So that's the secondary ability. We've got damage, knocks enemies back, puddle duration, the radius, knocks more. We already saw the knockback. Ultimate, which I have yet to hit a target with tonight. I think I'm gonna leave. Let's leave it at that for now. Now, do we have anything we want to test Cyber on? Currently, the Xaifax are kind of our... Xaifax are kind of our critters just because. Though, I don't think we have anything we can evolve. I think these are only neutrals. Burst, barf, shoot 3 projectiles quick succession. Toss an explosive that damage enemies after. Shoot a spreading blast of projectiles. Leap and smash to the ground. I don't know. Do we want to see what Carapin Cyber looks like? We don't have any more Xaifax to enhance. Or to evolve. Actually, no. Let's do the healthy one that already has a bit of a boost. Oh, that's right. You guys don't necessarily have those options. You can do cryo and fire, and that's it. And you're the only other one we can do. Interesting. So we don't have anyone that can do cyber. Huh. Alright, well let's grab the Frost Xaifax then for training. Our Canadian Xaifax. Our Quebecian Xaifax. Alright, I am level 4. Oh, the activity. Okay, never mind. These are the ones we already did. So let's do this. Since we cleansed most of the jungles of the Legion, more Carapins have migrated from the coasts to nest deeper inside the continent. Their arrival has diversified the genetic pool, strengthening the species and boosting reproduction, but the Legion has detected a new and vulnerable gathering off a cliff in Evergreen Heights and dispatched a hunting flock of genbots to wipe them out for consumption. If they succeed, these uniquely resilient specimens will vanish, defend the Carapins and their breeding ground from Legion assaults. Won't waste any more of our time. The coordinates to Gen Life's facilities are at the Atlas Terminal. This is in your hands now, our future, mine, yours, and Fledglings. Choose your strongest finally, don't squander a chance of counting on you. Yeah, well, guess what? I already picked a new mission, so that's what we're doing. We're not helping you yet. I may do another boost to this guy real quick though. After every 40 okay. Alright, that'll do. Okay, cool. This one has an extra jump. I like that. We do like our double jumps. Loss of scaling did better with that one. It is a little bit of a shame that you're not getting the upscaling. I know that it doesn't matter too much since triple jump. Because it's such a smaller picture for you, but still. Yeah, this feels much more powerful than the flame one already. I know it said they're weak to this, but still. Let's get rid of you guys first. Alright, big boy. Oh! Yeah, I think I like this one. Nope, you stay away from me. We don't like you. Alright, got a weird little dinos back. That was really fast. I guess the survival missions are pretty fast, but still. Got another egg for cryogenic mutagens, for cyber mutagens, and 600 research points. A little over 700 research points, I mean. Quick little mission there. Another one of you guys. No, no. The Canadian stays with me. Voidling takes hits out there. You'll need more than good Wrangler's instincts. You need better gear. It's time to utilize my engineering background to work on some upgrades. Upgrades, people! Upgrades! Such as more potent formula for the biogel, a faster dispersion rate, or simply more charges. Leon might disagree, but I'm going to need some research samples to work with. Your focus on keeping your partner alive in the field. I'll make sure your Space Wrangler's tech keeps up with your fight. I'll take bonus research points. More healing from biogel. Alright, so this needs more stars. Fortunately, it's to the wrong type because it's not frost, but I think I'm gonna see what frost can do and maybe give it another little boost here, which helps all of them anyways. I'm really not using the basic attack. Let's throw on the knockback. And yeah, more damage and rate of fire. Because I'm me and I like those. Oh, no, there's having problems again. Was there anything on the edge? No. I really like the mobility this guy has. Egg! Thank you kindly. We'll just take all of this. collectibles. Thank you kindly. We do like our collectibles here. They've definitely made these critters more gross. Alrighty, what have we got? Nothing? Really? Find the lack of heals disturbing and definitely understand the need to progress down a healing tech tree. Go! That looks like a healing plant. Way doesn't want me to go, so I can go in the other direction. Wants me to go that way. There we go. Just wall of ice the enemy. If I fire enough shots, surely I'll hit something. They still want me going that direction, so I'm going this direction. Something has got to hit something. Bye. Oh, is that it? I don't even need to take the heal item anymore. Take another egg, please. Thank you kindly. Ah. I have sort of a memory of that. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Thank you, triple jump. Oh, that was almost really bad. That was also almost really bad. Alrighty. No, don't think so. Who's shooting? Ah, there you are. No, these things are called hives, but given the names of some of this other stuff like sores and things, it definitely feels like the other kind of hives. No? Ooh. So this bird's definitely gonna turn into our crutch character that's like, it's too good not to use, but it takes all the XP that I could be using to train other critters. That's what we're looking at, right? Who's shooting at me? Alright, let's get this heal that's all the way back here. There's a heal here. There's multiple heals here. I'm gonna get the heal over here in case I can re-access these two. Just in case. Boss fight with full HP. Oh wait, I thought I saw something. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I saw something. Nope, I didn't see something. It was just an invisible wall. Right, we're doing this again. Come on. Come and get me. Okay, given how quickly the other guy folded, maybe cryo isn't so great for this guy's boss. I think the head may have glitched out there a little bit. Come on. Got him. Give me all those toys. There was a health here. No! Ah! Still not doing great in that. Alright, so we got to train up either tree or fire one in order to get a better performance out of that. That may be the goal anyways. Given it looks like we're gonna need tree and fire for the next couple things. Ooh! We got a strong Queepak. And a witty Gillick. And a normal Queepak. Interesting. Now, what? We already have a fire Queepak that we can be working on. Technically, we have a forest Queepak, but it's not that potent. So if we take these special ones, oh wait, no, let's do that one. If one of these guys does forest, I may decide to do a forest run with them instead of the Queepak. The Queepaks are already, you know, pretty powerful, but oh no, Yeah, this guy's a fire one. So... you do force, but I don't have a special one of you. So... it's kind of best to take the Xaifax and build up forest for now. But I already have him. It's kind of like... what are these rankings? Because this says exotic. That's mutated. And these are superior. So what does exotic mean for this thing? It... none of this tells me. Is that the evolution level? Do I just pump up the... wrong one. Do I just pump up the forest one? And kind of live with it? Which I can't really do. I'd be starting a new forest one because he's already 3 down the line. Ugh. Okay, yeah, so, okay. One level is... okay, so you've got rare, it's 1 level. Superior is 2 levels. Exotic is 3 levels. Mutated is 4 levels. I got you now. Well, we're kind of at the end of the stream anyways. So I'm going to work on leveling up and grinding up and figuring things out off stream. And next time we're going to do more of these 2 games. But a little less bistro, a little more voidling bound, once I know what I'm doing again. So we're gonna call it a little early. I'm tired anyways. I've gotta take my medicine that's making me not feel good anyways. So I will catch you guys in the next video, stream, whatever. Hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe, take care, and I will see you next time.